Hey everyone, after all these years, you really mean to tell me that this drama just taken a turn that no one anticipated, Rasheeda? I recently learned what Kirk Frost and Jasmine had been concealing, and I must say that it's even more messy than we initially believed. We all recall how Kirk used to rush to get dirty, but this is just the beginning of cheating when he lies. Possibly be the last straw. What could have caused Rushy to lose it like this? Did Kirk truly believe he could keep this a secret forever? But more significantly, what part does Jasmine actually play in all of this? The internet is exploding with speculation, material, as well as the embarrassing receipts and leaked messages from anonymous sources, which are all finally coming to light. Grab some popcorn because, believe me, you will be as astonished as Rasheeda when you hear what actually happened. Before we get into our analysis of the worst betrayal in the history of love and hip-hop, Rasheeda just being gullible the entire time, or did Kirk pull off the ultimate cover-up? Let's hear what you think in the comments. Reveal the truth, everyone. We believe that the issue with Kirk Frost, Rasheeda, and Jasmine was over. I'd finally learned his lesson, but it turns out to be worse than we could have ever thought. And Rasheeda just learned about it. Something that makes her want to destroy everything. So let's get started because this is some next level. We already know that KK Frost is the epitome of shady behavior. He has been exposed for lying, cheating, and moving. Years of carelessness, but this time, oh, this isn't just a small cunning leak. It's deliberate, deep, and messy. Furthermore, it involves Jasmine Washington once more. Yes, the same Jasmine who gave birth to Kirk's hidden child when he was. The same Jasmine who declared she was done with Kirk following all of the paternity controversy is still married to Rasheeda. He lied and cut off the entire Jasmine-Kirk's war. Because guess what? Jasmine and Kirk are still interacting with one another behind Rasheeda's back. And this isn't only a cordial co-parenting scenario. This is some shady business. And how did Rasheeda learn about it, sweetie? She saw the receipts. It all began when someone unintentionally disclosed the financial statement, and we haven't yet revealed who it was. According to bank records, Kirk has been surreptitiously mailing Jasmine money for years. When I say money, I don't mean. I am referring to tens of thousands of cash that this man has been funding, not a small child support check. Let's quickly dissect Jasmine's entire lifestyle. Her fancy shopping spree, rent, and other expenses covered her holidays, paid off her car bills in full, invested in her damn business, and the most absurd aspect of it, some of these. Since the payments are from only last month, Kirk came out here pretending to be the loyal husband while discussing how I changed. I realized that he continued to support Jasmine's lifestyle, and when Rasheeda discovered the evidence Snap sources claim that she lost it like never before, yelling, hurling objects, pulling Kirk up. And she even attempted to leave the house that evening, according to some, and listen, we're just getting started since Kirk wasn't. He was still seeing Jasmine, so he was basically throwing money at her. We have pictures of Kirk and Jasmine together, at a high-end function, another at a private dinner, and the most shocking of all, a shocking photo of them on vacation. Yes, we are going on vacation together. If you think that's awful, we're going to go further because guess what else? Recently came to light a legal document that raises the possibility that Kirk and Jasmine are married. If this is true, Kirk has been leading a double life the entire time. How in the heck did this occur? After the entire paternity scandal, Kirk swore up and down. Did Rasheeda play this badly? Let's examine it. He informed Rasheeda that he was ending all contact with Jasmine, but in actuality, he was only approving that. In order to prevent Jasmine from exposing him again, he began keeping her on the peril instead of being careless. Furthermore, Kirk is a businessman, so he was aware that if Rasheeda ever learned the truth, it wouldn't merely harm his marriage and damage his reputation. So he kept it low and made sure Jasmine didn't say anything. And he gave her just enough money to silence her. But notice how karma always finds a way to get back at you. In this instance, Jasmine became avaricious once she began requesting more money, presents, and authority. She began talking when Kirk didn't arrive, and now the question is, was this leak an accident? Let's face it, someone wanted Rasheeda to see this, and once she did, it was over. That's why Jasmine exposed Kirk. According to the source, Rasheeda took Kirk's phone, read through all of the messages, and discovered even more filthy texts. Another insider claims that she rushed directly to Jasmine's residence and rapped on the door after seeing the late-night calls and images. Jasmine was prepared for war, and you know what she did? She knew what was going to happen, so she wouldn't open the door. This is where things become complicated because assuming this marriage certificate is authentic, Kirk has been playing both sides for years, and Rasheeda isn't going to put up with this. There will be serious repercussions. Will she expose Jasmine for playing both sides when she ultimately leaves Kirk for goodwill? Or is she going to take Kirk for everything he owns? And let's not forget that Kirk might be in more trouble than he thinks if that marriage document is authentic. Understands that if Kirk truly married Jasmine, this is fraud and not just a cheating scandal. That indicates that he has been fabricating legal documents, and you all know what that means, that the law is going to get. If you think Rasheeda was angry before, you're mistaken. She's on a completely different level now. Amount of rage because after learning that Kirk has been southeast, she isn't simply angry anymore. She's prepared for battle. Sending Jasmine money in secret, moving behind her back, and even supposedly getting married to her. Rasheeda isn't just leaving, but no, she's going to ruin him because, let's face it, Rasheeda isn't your typical disgraced wife. What is the first thing she does as a boss? She's not going to allow Kirk and Jasmine to trick her again. She calls a lawyer, and according to insiders, Rasheeda has chosen one of the most brutal divorce attorneys. In Atlanta, there are lawyers who specialize in taking guys for all they're worth, and Rasheeda is one such. Is not only Kirk's spouse, she is also his business partner, meaning that all of their companies and assets are. She has her name attached to real estate investments, and she's currently attempting to determine how much of it she can take because it would be bigamy and infidelity if Kirk had actually wed Jasmine while still legally married to Rasheeda. If Rasheeda's attorneys can demonstrate that it's a complete criminal in some places, Kirk won't simply lose his enterprises. May face jail time, and as you are all aware, Rasheeda isn't playing. According to sources, she has already moved out of their house, is searching for a new location, and guess what? She's bringing the kids along. Rasheeda isn't. She is only divorcing Kirk and making sure he has nothing left. If that isn't awful enough, she will also pursue his money. Additionally, since Rasheeda is the one who created Pressed, Kirk has been living off of her fame for years. After he humiliated her on national television, she is the reason why people still care about him, but now that's all over, she's shutting everything off, and this man is pleading with you all. According to several reports, Kirk has been constantly blowing up Rasheeda's phone in an attempt to justify himself and ask for her pardon, assuring her that it isn't what it seems, but Rasheeda isn't having it. She's over with the deception, contempt, and dishonesty. For the first time ever, she is genuinely considering leaving, but let's take a moment to discuss Jasmine because not many people are. After the news surfaced, the girl abruptly stopped posting on social media and left no comments, suggesting that she was planning something. You already know that she is conspiring because there are no explanations, just quiet, and let's not forget since Kirk secretly married her, she believed she was going to become the new Mrs. Frost that she believed she would be, obtaining all of her desires at last, but instead, everything just blew up in her face because if Kirk gets brought to court, Jasmine might also be held responsible if she had discovered he was still married at the time of their relationship. May also face fraud charges, and if that occurs, she won't receive a dime, unlike what some people believe. The receipts were released by Jasmine. Consider how Rasheeda learned about the money Kirk all of a sudden was submitting, who was able to access those transactions, and why did this purported marriage certificate suddenly appear? Jasmine stood to benefit greatly from bringing this to light because Kirk would have been keeping her hidden for so long. Consequently, he was still in charge of her, and if there's one thing we know about Jasmine, it's that she dislikes being. According to controlled sources, she recently asked Kirk for more money, and when he refused, the receipts began to. Her goal was to destroy his marriage in order to become the dominant woman, but now it could have backfired, because Jasmine just played herself if Kirk's money dried up due to this scandal, and Kirk, you guys, this dude is. He is in a panic, hasn't left the house in days, ignores calls, and is attempting to resolve the situation. Mess, but the trouble is that he can't fix it. He's destroyed all of his relationships with Rasheeda, lost his family's respect, and now that his corporate empire is on the verge of collapsing, many people are unaware that Rasheeda was the cause. Their companies prospered, and because she was the public face, people continued to support Frost Bistro without. Rasheeda is going to do just that. She's going to pull her name because these enterprises won't last. Kirk is going to lose money and her support, and you all already know what happens when the boss woman leaves. The worst part is that Rasheeda may not have finished destroying him yet. According to insiders, she has been speaking with a prominent media outlet about revealing Kirk's dirt regarding all of his secret side girlfriends throughout the years, not just about Jasmine. Years baby, Kirk is aware that this is a takedown and not simply a divorce course, which is why he has been so silent. Rasheeda may believe she won this game, but he knows that if she starts talking, it's over for him and Jasmine. Because of this, Kirk faces legal accusations, and as a result, her money train abruptly stops, which is why. She is currently hiding because she is aware that Rasheeda is not just angry, she is seeking retribution. And this is just the first of all. The surprising revelation that just released Part 3 is going to make it much more explosive. Changes everything, everyone. Just when we believed that Nessie would not be able to handle this, everything suddenly changed. Upside down because, you heard it right, a new woman recently entered the scene and Rasheeda is. While Jasmine is hiding from the public and out here planning Kirk's demise, another woman has come out to say that SG has been interacting with Kirk as well, you guys. This dude has a whole roster, and this isn't just any side lady. If the woman's receipts, voice memos, videos, and screenshots are authentic, Kirk is done. Because this lady is asserting that Kirk continued to cheat even after the entire Jasmine incident. He has been teasing her for more than a year while continuing to tour with Rasheeda as well. And this is where the mystery becomes crazy. The woman claims that Kirk told her that he felt stuck with Jasmine and wasn't even in love with her, calling her a mistake. Additionally, she claims that Kirk informed her that Jasmine had ensnared him with a child he had never desired to be with, but if this is true, he felt compelled to keep her happy because she constantly threatening to expose him. Jasmine, who was really a side piece that wouldn't go away, was out here believing she was the main lady. And it gets worse because, according to the unidentified lady, Kirk also gave her money, but this time, unlike Jasmine, the lady was astute. Instead of simply stealing the money, she invested it and saved it. And now she says she's going to reveal. Kirk believed he was playing a game, but everything he has been doing because she no longer needs his money. The game just played him because he now has more than just a crazy wife to cope with. He has other ladies who are out to get him. Moreover, Rasheeda is enjoying every second of it since, let's face it, this is exactly what she wanted. All of Kirk's. She wanted the world to know how unfaithful, cunning, and untidy he truly is, so she let the filth come out. Working since the store has been receiving more support than ever before as a result of the press blowing up. She deserves much better than Kirk, according to Rasheeda, who calls her a boss queen. The most absurd thing is that she hasn't even spoken her. According to insiders, Kirk is out here looking concerned as she lets this scandal do all the talking. He has been observed to be unkempt, losing weight, and hardly sleeping because he realizes that he cannot repair this. His business is failing, his name is damaged, and worst of all, Ryder is still making him perspire even though she hasn't formally filed for divorce. And you know that's bothering him because Kirk depends on Rasheeda. Without her, he wouldn't exist. Truly departs, he will lose everything, and Rasheeda is aware of this as well, which is why she is taking her time. Wants Kirk to sit in his own filth so he may experience what it's like to be powerless, but this is where things become complicated. Dark turns since Jasmine is disintegrating and Kirk isn't the only one suffering the repercussions. Additionally, according to reports, she has been pleading with Kirk to speak with her, but he hasn't responded. Yes, it is the same man that was out here surreptitiously playing both sides and promising Jasmine that he would fix. She is in a panic because she was financially dependent on Kirk for a long time before he abandoned her. Obtained her own funds in that way. She was subsisting on Kirk's assistance, and now that he is severing his connection with her, Jasmine struggled and you guessed it, she immediately turned to social media. In the midst of the crying all night while discussing how she was complaining about how she was being played. Gave up so much for him that she believed that he truly loved her, but the most bizarre thing was that she acknowledged knowing. This woman snitched when he was married, you know. The remarks made toward her and her child were, people who weren't on her side were pulling her, letting her know that she was capable of, that she was a victim, not a victim. A willing participant, and she's currently addressing the repercussions because, in all honesty, Kirk was never going to. Rasheeda was solely his, so leave her for her. Small side project, and Rasheeda's is finished with him and doesn't require Jasmine. No longer that my pal is known as Karma. But hold on, there's more. Since you all recall that mystery, the woman who presented the receipts. According to sources, she has been approached by several media outlets to complete a comprehensive interview, and whether or not she does it, she may permanently destroy Kirk, reveal every lie, every secret, and every concealment of the affair, and they won't be able to return because once it's over, the streets begin to talk. And Rasheeda, she will be alright. She has her business and herself. She has the entire world kids, providing for her, and Kirk, who has nothing. This may be the messiest thing I've left you guys. Breakup in the history of hip-hop and love, and believe me, it's not yet over since once. At last, Rasheeda files those documents, likely to be the last straw in Kirk's. Get your popcorn ready, coffin, because the drama isn't going to stop anytime soon. This story simply keeps getting better, everyone. More insane, and believe me, it's not over yet. Do you believe Rasheeda ought to cut at last? Is Kirk permanently gone, or is there still an opportunity for him to put things right? Your opinions in the space provided below, and if you're interested in the newest tea on make sure you enjoy your favorite celebrities. Turn those posts on and subscribe. Alerts to ensure you don't miss an update. This drama is only beginning to begin, so be locked in since we have every receipt that is on its way to you.